Baltimore on Twitter at Charlie Baltimore. Yeah. We got 213-393. You on the line. Shut 'em down radio.
Hello.
Hello.
Hey,
What's up?
How are you?
I'm fine, and yourself?
I'm great. Excellent.
That's good to hear. I see you
Thanks
busy.
for having me.
No problem.
Yeah, we're on our way to Chicago now. We have a show tonight, an album release party for my artist L Street. He's from Chicago, so we're having our mixtape release party tonight. We're on our way there from Detroit.
Okay. That's definitely what's up. Now, you've been in the game for a minute, and how do you feel with the female artists, in the game to this present day?
You said, how do I feel about what?
About, female artists being in the game, from when you was coming up to where you're at now. Do you think they need to be more female artists in the game?
I mean, I always feel like it should be more female artists. The problem with female artists is that, the camaraderie isn't there. So that's one of, the main reasons when we started, I wanted, I have two female artists on my label. Because I feel like, if men can do it and they have their great camaraderie, they should be able to do the same thing. And because men have men are under the assumption that, women are so catty they can't work together. And I'm under the assumption that, man, I have such dope female artists on my label. They don't do anything but motivate me and turn me up, I mean, rap's a competitive business by nature, but if you got a team around you and everybody is dope, it can't do anything but enhance your skills, So right now we actually have we have more female artists on our label than men.
Oh, wow. That's what's up.
Yeah, I got an artist from Philly. Her name is Breezy. She's super dope and very, very versatile. And then I got an artist by the name of L Street out of Chicago, who is the same, but she, she spits that underground hard stuff. And I feel like that's something that's kind of been missing in the game for a while. So, it's just exciting to have great talent around you, and I really think that it pushes you, it makes you want to work harder and do better, so. That's
real talk. Now, coming from Philly, what part of Philly you come from?
I'm from down the bottom.
Oh, that's definitely what's up. Now, coming up in the game, what inspired you to start rapping?
I don't know if you're familiar with Philly, but I know it sounds bad. Well, when I was younger, I wrote a lot of poetry, and I think it's almost kind of like, I'm not going to say for everyone, but for me it was like a natural transition to want to rap because I was such a fan of hip-hop, growing up. I think, the first time I heard, a real crazy rap record was, I think it was Big Daddy Kane Raw. And I was a kid, and I just thought that was the most, amazing record in the world to me, the way he was flowing and just everything about it. And that's what really made me, start trying to, own my craft and honing on my skills. But I really never thought it would actually be a career. I thought it would just be something that I would be doing as a hobby. And then I met the Notorious B.I.G, and he found out I could rap. He was really motivated and pushing me to really take it seriously and really, settle down and work on it like I should.
Now, I know you got bars. Now, this new mixtape I'm definitely feeling. There's 11 tracks on here. It's hot. We're going to get into a track. We rocking out with Charlie Baltimore, Philly on. Let's get into this track right here. Charlie Baltimore, The One, featuring Mel. Let's get it. Yeah.
Out of your league, now I'm out of your reach. Presidential Rolex while you getting impeached. It gotta show through your actions, never the speech. And all my real bitches know screaming Charlie preach, Charlie preach. But I ain't tripping, never respect what gotta be earned for me to give it, let it burn. Like Usher, ain't no you're forgiven on live from the beginning of the game. Nobody winning, so my walls go up, but no doors, nobody living here. Tears ain't shedding, you better off dead. It ain't going in with kisses and feel, I done already said it. Too late to regret it, I'm gone in 60 seconds. Matter of fact, gone in 30. Could've did you dirty, but I took one for the team and G'd up. Coldest winter ever in the summer, motherfucker, turn your heat up. Where you wanna go? Motherfucker, turn your heat up. I'ma turn my feet up and do me. Through me, you was able to put on for your city, but you got all hot city and forgot you a block boy. You a soldier, was fucking with a general. Wrote that ass back to criminal. I ain't gonna name names, but this far from subliminal. Catch me at my pinnacle, you already had you on. I gave you 15 minutes and I added 6. That's blackjack, but you ass better on a bitch. So that leaves you with me, Lee. I'm out. So see-through, I been should've seen you. Thought you had me right, nigga, keep who? On to the next silly bitch, you know how we do. You call the savages, but you're just average. Back to bag and all the average chicks, rappers that do numbers, it don't mix. Took you from tricking on back page to the backstage. You wasn't ready, so I back to my back cave. All the accolades and limelight, not just twist, but you all try to marry a bitch. You the Bobby to my Whitney, nigga, you don't fit you. Then you flipped and was still trying to get me. Every action got a reaction. Went from you do, I do, we doing it done. On a scale of 1 to 10, nigga, we -1. You and my outcome, negative, son. Got a son on you the East Coast way. After I'm done running through your little chips like Frito-Lay. Hired help, stay in the kitchen. After you re-up, re-listen. Stop fishing. Where you wanna go?
Yeah, that song is tight right there.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Yeah.
Yeah, I was definitely feeling that song. Now, you known for bars. How do you feel about the game? Do you think a lot of people are, using their creativity now in the game opposed to back in the days?
I'm sorry, you said I'm known for what? I didn't hear you.
No, I said, how do you feel about the game as far as, like lyricism? Do you think it's lacking in the game?
You know what? For a while I did, and because I consider myself a writer and a lyricist first, sometimes I get frustrated with certain types of music. But then I had to look at it from a broader perspective and realize that, I feel like rap has come so far that it's damn near created genres within genres. So you have music that, appeals to everybody. You have certain people that want to hear records with not exactly, hard lyrical content or something something that they really got to sit and listen to, that they just want to party to, And right. I had to look at it like that from that perspective. But for me, when I look for artists and when I look for artists, I look for, the versatility of both. I look for artists that can make, party records and not compromise their lyrical integrity. And I look for lyrical content because I drive a lot, and one thing about when I drive, I like to listen to records that really, where I got to rewind it back in. Like, what they say? Yeah, I like records like that. So that's just my biased opinion, but I really do feel like it's something in it for everybody at this point. I just feel like it's different sorts of rappers. It's your MCs, you got your lyricists, you got your entertainers, so. I ain't hating on anybody. It's just all about a person's personal preference. But for my own personal preference, I particularly like lyrics and I like flow. That's what I look for in the music that I listen to.
Okay, so how long have you started your record label?
The label is just a little bit under a year old. It's still a baby, but I mean, for us to be a baby boy, we've been taking big toddler steps. Like we've been doing, we got a lot of impact in a little bit of time. So I'm really, really proud of all of the success we've been having, and you know, just the love we've been receiving. Like we went and did South by Southwest, and we really only went out there to do a handful of shows, and by the time we left, we was doing like 3 shows a day. So because everybody kept calling us back after they started set to do more. Yeah, we moving. Right. I definitely got a hot team, and so it just makes me proud every time they perform. It's like magic. You know, we got a great energy together. So I'm just excited, man. This time next year, it's gonna be a whole nother story. You know, it gets bigger and bigger. So, my partners before, you know, I mean, we could have signed 50,000 people, but to have it boutique like it is, and everybody just get the individual attention that they need, and by me being an artist already, and obviously Trick is one of my partners, and being an artist already, we know that individual attention really means a lot. You know, sometimes when you have too many artists, they kind of get lost in the shuffle, and they're not able to really get all of the things done that they need done. And go ahead, I'm sorry.
All right, no problem. So what you're saying is, in a nutshell, what you're saying is like you're more into artist development, you know, because a lot of people nowadays, you know, they're not really into the artist development. You know, it's more of an independent buzz and stuff of that nature.
I mean, it is an independent buzz, and when every artist that we have on our label already had their own fan base, when they came to us, concerned with that, we was more concerned with the energy and the vibe and the spirit and the hunger that they possess, that they brought to us. Like, I mean, it wouldn't have mattered to me if they came to me with, you know, 5 million fans or 5 fans. If I feel it and I feel like, you know, this person wants it and they got it, you know what I mean, I want to mess with them. You know, I'm not into, I don't like the word artist development really, because I know that if you say that from a major perspective, artist development to me means they're going to take an artist and try to mold them into what they want them to be.
Good point.
I feel like we don't do that at B&B. Like at B&B, we take you as you are, and we just want to enhance whatever it is that you already got going on. And I think that's what makes, you know, that's what helps the artist grow. Artist development, when you're sitting there trying to spin an artist into something that they're not, because I've had that done to me many times, is like, it's stifling, and it can really, really hinder your creativity. So, you know, with us, it's just about what do you want to do? That's what we ask our artists. What would you like to see happen? And then we just try to make it happen from there. As far as, you know, what we bring to the table, the fact that we was already artists and we kind of been through the ringer as far as labels, and we know all the bull crap that they could try to pull, like, we're not doing that. You know what I mean? We want to make sure that everybody's comfortable and that they're able to grow creatively on their own. I mean, obviously, with however we can help, we help, but we're not going to sit there and, you know, babysit over their records and try to change them into something that, you know what I mean, they don't want to be.
They're not. Right. And I really respect that. You know, you starting your own record label, you know, jumping in the driver's seat, you know, and making a lane for the females, because I know there's a lot of nice female lyricists out here, and I feel like they're not getting they just due. So I definitely
and you know, and it's sad because it is, you know, there's a lot of female, even, you know, executives that could put women in positions of power, and, you know, and sometimes they don't because of their own, you know, personal insecurities, or maybe they don't feel like they got where they wanted to be as an artist. But I feel like the female artists I have, they push me even harder. You know what I mean? Because I listen to their stuff and I be like, damn. You know what I mean? They just be in their own lane and really like just pushing the envelope, and they're nothing alike. That's another thing. A lot of times, you know, the whole stereotype where all female rappers kind of rap the same. They all follow each other's suit. They all piggyback each other's look, style, whatever. None of our artists are anything alike. They all got their own individual style, you know what I mean, their own individual swag and their own individual flow, and it complements each other. And that's what I really love about, you know what I'm saying, the ones that we selected for the label.
Okay. So do you have any videos out for your artists?
We just shot a video for my artist out of Philly, Breezy Baby. She shot a video for her record called Red Bottom My Bitch. That's about to be coming out. So I have a collaborative video that they just shot that'll be coming out soon with all of the artists that are on the label. We just have we just signed a new artist too named Slice 9. He's really dope as well. Okay. And we're getting ready to shoot the next video for my female artist out of Chicago, L Street. And I have 2 videos out right now that Trick directed. One was the actual title of our company, which is B&B, and that was on rotation on MTV and BET. And we shot a video for a song called Hunted. And then we have our male artist, Cash Paid. We just shot his video. So we just dropped our second video for the song. Okay. I'm sure you probably heard that joint. That's the club joint right there.
Right.
And right after that, we're going to put Cash Paid's video out because Cash Paid is featured on the record. And then we just dropping them back to back, man. We shoot videos all the time.
I see. Now we gonna get to this. Own team. I see you're moving. That's what's up. I respect that. Thank you. That quality music, Charli Baltimore. I know you definitely have it. I'm a fan from years. So.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
You're welcome. Now, working with Biggie, how was that, studio regimen? Bar for bar, how was it? The vibe of the studio? The beat
unfortunately, everyone knows that Big and I had a company that we were trying to put together, which was the Commission, which would have been me, him, and Jay-Z, Puff Daddy, and Little Steve. But, due to his death, we weren't able to get it off the ground. It definitely would have been crazy.
That would have been crazy right there.
Yes. We never got a chance to really, work together. But what he would do with me is when we would be in the studio together a lot of times, I would be sitting there writing stuff, and he might be like, yo, let me get that line, or let me get that, for when he would be writing for other people. Because Big didn't write anything down in the studio. Everything he did, he spit straight off the head. I ain't never seen nobody do that. That was the first person I had ever seen that didn't use a pen and paper to rap. He just go in the studio, he start nodding his head, he have his little L, and it'd be on and popping. The only time he ever wrote anything down was for other artists. So when he started asking me for my input for certain records that he would be writing for other people, it's that's the biggest form of flattery I probably ever could have got. That he respected my lyrics enough to take some other records that he was using for other people. Yeah, because, he definitely ain't need no help.
He damn sure didn't need no help. Yeah,
he definitely need no help. But, he didn't write anything down. But when it came to other artists, that's when the pen and paper came out, and that's when he would be like, yo, what you think I should put here, And that just really helped with my confidence and just, motivated me to even want to go even harder.
Right. Now, with this mixtape, Hard to Kill, I want to ask you a question. Why did you label it that? And also, the temperament of mixtape is it's very diverse on every song.
Well, to answer your first question, when I first said the title, I remember having a conversation with my partner. People may take this wrong. You want some gangster type of time, and I explained to him that no. When I say hard to kill, I've been in the game for a long time. And I've been in a lot of situations where I put in so much work and so much passion and so much of myself into situations, and that I feel like the people that I was working with weren't on the same page as I was. So, it comes to a point where you feel like you're being knocked out spiritually, emotionally, creatively. And I felt like Hard to Kill was a good title because I felt like, you can't kill me creatively, spiritually, creatively, emotionally, nothing. I'm still here. I'm still going to do my music as long. I don't care if I'm 95 years old. If I feel like rapping and putting out an album, I'm going to do it.
Right.
So that's what the meaning of it was. Obviously, the mixtape cover's a little hard. I got the bulletproof vest on. But it's all, just a kind of like a tribute to, I got my vest on. Y'all can't hurt me. I'm still here. I'm still doing what I love to do.
Right. That's an ill analogy. Now, we're going to get to this track by you, Charli Baltimore, B&B featuring Trick. Let's go.
Chuck, what up, though? Let's see. Ain't come here for no problems. Came in for this motherfucking money. Stay out my goddamn way, I stay out yours. What?
BMP, step into a method of madness. Nothing but monsters behind glass and from terrorists. God excuse the habit. Short time lapses, you'll understand better when you see my wrist. It's all about the chase. I chase money to chase accounts. Corporate thugs, we just fade you out. Everything gangster, killers, fillers. Any mugging business, bring out the gorillas and I say shit. Bitch, you'll never catch me sideways. Flying up the highway to granite on the driveway. Flagrant, leaning to the left with 15 carats dangling in between my breasts. Baby, ride shotgun, my baby. Lame did a 180 and tried not to pay me. 360s when I pull up on her with 5 cars behind me full of niggas that's on one.
We got them guns loaded, rolling up with no motion. They standing there frozen, cause that trunk vibe open. We rolling way too deep, gone off that time and too weak. They hollering now who we, shit niggas PMP.
Responsible for making you niggas miserable. You ain't welcome in my city, nigga, you pitiful. So when you see them gorillas and numbers that's plentiful coming to get it, you better run, nigga. Outcasted, outlaw. So I don't give a motherfucker about y'all. Niggas still got rich without y'all. I put the 50 in your motherfucking mouth, dog. Goon squad mafia up, talk shit to them. You don't pop to us, dog. Crazy city, who knocking it up? You niggas ain't rocking shit if you ain't rocking with us. Been this way, so never mind it. Me and B&B is a show sister. I ain't ready to ride, nigga. Know about real niggas combining. Back when Goon Squad was yelling out, who behind me?
We got them guns loaded, rolling up with no motion. They standing there frozen, cause that trunk vibe open. We rolling way too deep, gone up that time and too weak. They hollering now who we, chill niggas BMP.
It's a secret society, no notoriety. Niggas to the right of me, all willing to die for me, and I ain't gotta pay them. I just nod my head and they gon' ahead and lay him. Chaos and mayhem, amen. Last word spoken, ass whooping provoking, then I tell him I was joking. Oh well, he gotta take it on his chin. He lived through the attack, my God, let a nigga in. Battlestar Galactica, you come this way. Got 4 on an Acura, they ain't spectacular, and they don't shoot back until you can't get one off. 5 to the back of your whole get run off. See me in your city, looking like I'm solo, but it's 50 thugs with me all looking like they solo. Might be with the little dogs, they ain't talking Toto. Break a nigga up, then crip walk for your photo.
We got them guns loaded, rolling up with no motion. They standing there frozen, cause that trunk vibe open. We rolling way too deep, gone off that time and too weak. They hollering now who we, chill niggas BMP. BMP. BMP.
Yeah, that was hot right there.
Thank you.
Now, do you deal with in-house producers, or what producers have you worked with, and who are you currently working with?
I've pretty much worked with everybody throughout my career. Like, when I first came in the game, I got to work with, everybody that I was a huge fan of that didn't even really work with girls at the time. Like, I got to work with My Beat, with I got to work with RZA, and at the time they didn't mess with female rappers. And right now we do have a few in-house producers. We got Ant Beat. We got a couple of guys that we deal with. Ant Beat is like our main guy though. But we do outside production as well, because as I said, my artist Cash Paid, our male artist, he's from Detroit. His old mixtape was done by Ant Beat. I'm sorry.
Right.
And then we have Detail too, who is the producer of Drunk record. He's actually from Detroit. I don't know if people know that, but he just did a hot record with Cash Paid. We're gonna be shooting a video to that soon. And
okay.
And then Breezy, the one that's from Philly, and L Street's from Chicago. They have their own relationships with their producers out there. So we not specifically just trying to in-house producers. Like, we like to do a lot of outside sourcing as well. But Detail, he's really dope. He did Drake's 305 to My City. Obviously, Drunk in Love is a huge record. And we actually just came back from L.A. with the record that he did with Cash Paid. So we're just excited, man, to be working with such dope talent. And then it's funny because, people listen to the Drunken Love record and don't even realize that Details from Detroit. So, it's a lot of it's a lot of talent out here that people don't even know about. So, we not really in the habit of locking in producers on that level. You know what I mean? We like to let them explore and work with other artists and do them, and then they come to us.
Right. All right. So now I see you got a lot of people from different backgrounds: Detroit, Philly.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. I really respect that because a lot of people don't do that. Where
right.
various
they keep
artists.
Yeah, when you do indie labels, they keep everybody in the city. I mean, but you know what? Detroit has so much. I mean, you got to think Detroit is the home of Motown, so of course there's so much talent. There's just that their history is music. So there's so much hometown, homegrown, music and diversity here. It doesn't, and that's great. But when I came into the picture, I'm still an East Coast artist, so I like to bring the East Coast flavor in too. So when like you said, the mixtape is so diverse, I tried to mix it up. So I got a lot of production on the mixtape that are from Detroit artists, but I also got my East Coast people and my Philly people, my New York people on there too. I just wanted to kind of do a mixtape where I could kind of incorporate everything and show everyone that I can do the feeling records, I could do the New York hype records, and I can also do
I hear the diversity
sound, the trap records. I could do all of that. So I really wanted to give people a taste of that. The album's gonna be a little different for me though. The album's gonna be a little bit more personal. So I feel like the mixtape was just a great way to kind of segue into what I really want to get across on the album.
Okay, so. Are you trying to get into acting in the near future?
Funny you should ask. I just signed 2 major contracts in California. That was the other reason why we were out there.
Yeah.
While Cass was working with Detail, I was out there signing my contracts with my agents to get into movies and television shows and things of that sort. So I'm definitely trying to foray into that. My plan really, I love my music. That's my heart, and that's definitely my root. But because, I feel like we put so much time and energy and love into what we built here at B&B as far as with the records, and it would be unfair of me to just completely immerse myself in the music aspect of it and not back up off of it a little bit and let my artists do what they need to do. I felt like, I came in to kind of stamp the label, obviously, because I have a lot of history in the music business, and, just stamp the label and get it out there because I have the notoriety that's needed to start, a new label and get the exposure that's needed. But I definitely want to foray into acting, so you'll be seeing a lot of that soon.
That's definitely what's up. It's a good look.
Hold on a second.
All right. Yeah, we rocking out with Charli Baltimore. Anybody want to talk, press 1. I see the listeners out there listening in. Press 1 to talk.
Yep, call me up.
We got a caller, 281.
Okay.
883. You on the line with Charli Baltimore. Let's get it.
Hey, how are you?
Good. How you doing, Dirty Follow? So this is Be Nice in the building, our radio host. How you doing, Miss Charli Baltimore?
I'm excellent. How are you?
I'm great. I have a question for you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So being seasoned in the game as you are, I have a question. Do you feel that right now your experience and longevity in the game is helping you or hindering? And I pose the question this way.
Go ahead.
Remember, it used to be you had to have a resume to step up. Dude, somebody had better heard of you before you jump in this cipher. You work for a name to mean something. And nowadays, it seems like they want the hottest new wherever out of a windstorm. So I'm asking you currently at the state of the game, what do you feel?
I think that one thing I always say about artists is that I always feel like people that are creative and that are artists, and for lack of a better word, they all are a little strange and a little weird. And I think God made it that way because he might have taken something from us that people may feel is socially acceptable, and he replaced it with something that, is like a talent, because everybody can't rap and everybody can't make music. So a lot of times a lot of people don't understand that, and each artist has their own individual, process that they have to go through when they create records and just create in general. So there have been times when, I was bitter in the game, like, man, this ain't working, and these people don't understand me. But as you grow and you accept it, you realize that you can help more than hinder, as long as you don't hold that bitterness with you. You know what I'm saying? That bitterness is what's going to hold you back, and that's not helping anybody. So what I really like about the label that we have is that by me being an artist and by Trick being an artist, we can tell our artists and give our artists all the experiences that we've been through. Like, I came in the game fresh meat. I ain't know nothing. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I was around Big, but I wasn't around him from a standpoint of being an actual artist. I just got to see what he was dealing with. And, it's different for a guy. Girls don't go through a way more hard and strenuous process. So I feel like with what I have to offer and what I've been through, and the same with Trick, we could give our artists, the advice and the, expertise and knowledge and problems and trials and tribulations and everything else that we've been through. And then it's their choice to make whether or not they take a wrong path or a wrong turn, because everybody's going to make mistakes. But at least you got something to fall back on, and you have a person you can come to and talk to about, whatever's going on.
Too much game. They can't process all that, man. Yo, man, this ain't these shows is archives, man. Truth, man. Truth.
You know what? That's the problem. That's why. So people, it's getting to a point now where a lot of fans don't even really respect a lot of the bigger, labels and artists and all of that. Are y'all giving me the hand clap? I appreciate that.
Oh, no problem. Yes.
Because
for it.
Right, they feel like it's fake and it's phony, and you know what I'm saying? And if you create a situation where you could give your artist the proper guidance and the real, you know what I mean, it's going to make it a lot easier for them to transition when they get to a point where they're seeing things that, they may not normally see. I mean, there's a lot of artists in the game that do a lot of crazy stuff. So you've never seen it before, and you ain't got nobody to give you, listen, I saw this, I saw that, and then they actually just see it for themselves and they not prepared. It's like the Kevin Hart joint. Like, no, I wasn't ready. I wasn't ready. You know what I'm saying?
As an artist, I think that a lot of I think more artists should go into the management side of it, because you can hear your passion as an artist for artist development. Too many times the guy behind the desk doesn't know what it is to write the rhyme or the feeling of the music. So when you say one thing we have is that feeling, because you're an artist, you can always tell labels that has artist-driven management, because the passion for it is so much there. You know what I'm saying? So
that's true. And management. You can get a manager that could also hinder a lot of your, creativity. You got somebody in your ear that's telling you, and you got to do it this way, you got to do it that way. I just don't believe in that. I mean, obviously, as label execs, you do have to tell your artists at some point, certain ways they got to do stuff. But at the same time, it's a way to go about it. Where you're not sunning them or making them feel like they don't know what they're doing. I mean, everybody comes into the game kind of blind, and you learn as you go along, but it doesn't have to be as painful as some of maybe, some of the things that I've experienced or some of the things
Charli,
that Trick experienced.
Let me ask you this question. How do you feel about these weirdos in the game wearing leggings and all kind of stuff going on? When like,
juice.
I mean, I feel like...
You're not going to pull me into that one, dog. You know what I feel? I don't like. This goes back to what I just told y'all before. Is I feel like artists that are super creative, they're all kind of lacking something that got replaced with something. Because you say it weird, but I feel like it really is just a form of expression and creativity. Like, I'm not going to judge a rapper that's dope because he's wearing leggings. Like, I'm just not going to do that.
We're in a good way.
Charli Baltimore, come on. The bars spoke, right? Like, when you first started, and I know you got bars, right? And I feel like, images are right. But then it's like the image is taking over. There's no creativity behind the image. You understand?
Well, I mean, with some artists, it is like that. A lot of artists, it's all image-driven. It's not any content in their music. They're just all, it's just all a facade as far as what they're, let's see what their hair or what they're going to be wearing. Are they going to be wearing a skirt? Whatever. Now, I don't really rock with that.
Well,
but, I mean, I'm not going to knock an artist creativity or how he feels. Because he got
you know what?
It might be the dopest artist ever. He just might just happen to like wearing leggings. So, I mean, that's his prerogative.
Yeah, but, it's a breath of fresh air. I hear the bars, Charlie Baltimore. Definitely this mixtape is a complete package.
I appreciate it.
And we're going to get to another track. Let's get to this track right here. This is Charlie Baltimore, You Ain't Gangster, featuring Street and June E. Let's get it. Shut Up Down Radio. Yeah.
All right.
Okay, what is it called?
Rocking now, Charlie Baltimore, Philly on, West Philly.
That's right.
Yeah, I can hear you. Yeah, I was feeling that track right there.
Good song.
Oh,
you hear me?
I appreciate it. Yeah, hold on 1 second.
No problem. See, my callers out there.
Hello?
Yeah, I can hear you.
Thank
now,
you.
we got a caller. 347-753. You on the line with Charlie Baltimore.
Hey, what's going on? It's TOC.
TLC,
hey,
man.
How are you?
I'm good. How are you? Charlie Baltimore. Honored to talk to you. Definitely a fan.
Oh, thank you. Where you from?
I'm from New York.
Okay, yeah, I had an accent. I figured you was from New York.
Yeah. I've been out there. I was out there last year. Was it last year or 2 years ago? I was at the Roots picnic with Rakim because I roll with Rakim, so.
Oh, okay, that's what's up. I'm a huge fan of his as well.
You're not the only one.
Me growing up.
Yeah, he's a one who changed the game lyrically and had everybody shook.
Lyrically, he's a lyrical monster. Lyrical monster to this day.
Just to put it out there, Rakim just did a track with Linkin Park.
Wow.
And also,
I can't wait to hear that.
It's out right now. Just check it out. Just type in Rakim and Linkin Park. You'll find it right away. What else? He did some stuff with Buster recently, so that's coming out. He did an intro with Buster.
All right, but this is Charlie Baltimore interview. TOC?
Yes.
You have any questions?
When did you start rhyming? How old were you? Or what inspired you?
When did I start doing what? I'm sorry. I didn't hear you.
When did you start writing? At what age did you start writing, and what inspired you?
Actually, I started writing poetry when I was in the third. I think what probably pushed my buttons a little bit was I remember, just to give you a real quick, I had a dog, and my dog had died, and I was like distraught.
Oh, wow.
And I wrote this poem about my dog, and they published it in the paper. And I was like, my mom was like, so proud, and she framed it and put it up, and all my teachers in my class were, they had like a little meeting, like, yo, she's like really good at creative writing. So, I mean, actually at one point I wanted to be a writer, like I wanted to write books. Mm-hmm. And I kind of went in and out with it, and by the time I was 12, I was battling kids in the schoolyard, and we was battling for snacks and stuff like lunch break, and I kind of got a little buzz in school. But see, I went to Catholic school, so if you got caught rapping,
okay,
you definitely getting in trouble. Okay. I had a daughter at a really young age. I was a teen mom, and that kind of put a damper on, I guess my spirit as far as me rapping, because I had to do what I had to do to take care of my daughter. So I stopped. But when I met Big and, I was playing around with him one day and he realized I could rap, he really started pushing me to write raps every day. He was like, I want you to get nice. And he was like, the way that he got nice was that he would, and I mean, he didn't write anything down, but, just to put it in technical terms, write a rap every day. And so I would write a rap every day and he would make me rap a song. And it was just getting better and better and better. And I was always like a hardcore rap fan. Like I listened to NWA and Onyx. So my stuff was real hardcore, and he loved it. He just loved the whole I guess because I should be rapping like that. So he loved that whole, diversity of it, and that's kind of where we were going to go with the commission. When we originally did the commission, no one was ever actually going to see my face at first. He was going to put a mask on me and have me just rap the way I used to rap, just hard.
Right.
They just kind of pulled the mask off, like, ta-da.
Now,
but like I said, unfortunately, we weren't able to do that. So, it kind of went a different direction.
What would you say that makes you different from any other female rapper out there? What makes you different?
What makes me different?
Question.
Yeah.
That's not something I ever really thought about. I guess just the fact that, back when I first started, the thing that used to bother me the most was that all the guys that I used to be around never believed that I wrote my own material, and it used to drive me crazy. Because, I mean, it's a compliment and it's an insult at the same time, because it's like, I know I'm writing these raps. Y'all telling me I'm not, but they hot enough that y'all think a dude is writing them. So it really, pushed, it really put a battery in my back to prove that, just because a female is dope it doesn't mean it's a dude behind them. I mean, I know plenty of females that rap way better than dudes. And I don't think it's like that now. You know what I'm saying? I don't think it's that stereotype is as prevalent now as it was back then. But back then, it's like nobody believed that girls wrote their own material. So every deal that I feel, it was because I was put in situations where, you know, I kind of had to show and prove. Like, I had to show, you know, whatever label I was dealing with or CEO I was dealing with, that I could smoke any dude in the room. So a lot of times I was put in situations where it was competitions, like if whoever smokes this record can get on it, and I was doing it. I was hungry, so I was smoking every dude and just getting on every record I could get on, and that's kind of how, you know, it came to be. And then I started really respecting the writing more than the actual rapping, because I considered myself a writer before I considered myself a rapper. So when I look at my Grammy Award nominee award, I respect it and I love it, but I love my BMI awards better because those are the accolades you get for your actual writing skills. Nothing better than when you open up an album cover or whatever and you see your name there as the writer.
Oh yeah, your credit.
That's the best feeling in the world.
Yeah.
And I did a lot of ghostwriting, you know, and I don't mind. You know, I actually like doing ghostwriting. I don't feel like I'm the type of person
still doing that?
The accolades. Not right now, because, you know, I have my label and my artists definitely that's the last thing they need is ghostwriters. They need to be out. People need to be coming to them for some ghostwriting.
Right.
Nah, yeah.
So how could,
you know, the kind of artists that I'm attracted to, you know, they're definitely that's their strongest suit is their pen skills.
Preach.
Yeah. Charlie Baltimore dropping some dudes right now.
I follow.
Yo.
I'm serious. I did not mean to interrupt. I'm just sitting there. Oh, my God. Did y'all hear that? She said, go get a BMI award, man. Damn, go get a BMI award. Go get an ASCAP award. Y'all know what that even means?
Yeah.
Yo, man, go do your homework, man. I'm sorry I'm back in the cut.
I got a nice selection of BMI awards that I'm really proud of. And, I mean, to me, that you know, that was like one of the happiest nights of my life, you know, just to receive them, because I'm like, so it just showed me that, you know what I'm saying, everything I had did wasn't done in vain. People respect that I wrote these records, and they acknowledge it, you know, and that's important to me.
Oh, my God, check the bylaws, man. Yo, I'm back in the cut like good alcohol, man. I'm gone.
Word. Now, we're going to get to another track. This is Charli Baltimore off of Hard to Kill, Goodbye, featuring India. What you say, Charlie?
I said that's actually my daughter singing on that record.
That's your daughter singing? Wow.
Yep. That's my daughter.
That was a hot
another
track.
record I actually would like for y'all to play called Used To that she sings on. It's actually one of my favorite songs on my mixtape. Yep. That's her singing on that. She's dope too.
That is definitely a tight track.
As well. Thank you. I appreciate it.
That was bars on bars on bars. That's real rap right there. That's what I'm talking about. I'm feeling it. I'm definitely feeling it. We got everybody on the line. Real talk. But
I'm
now,
here, man.
Now wait.
I was bumping that through my monitors. Actually, I like that right there.
Yeah, that was hot.
That's dope.
Who produced that?
You know what it is? It's heartfelt. It's heartfelt. You feel it.
Yeah, those are like my best records. My feeling records, I feel like, you know, those are my strongest records because they're easy for me to write, and, you know, I really try to, you know, tell a story that I feel like everyone can relate to. You know, I try not to hold any punches in my records. So.
Right. Now, Charlie, I want to ask you this question. Since I deal with a lot of artists, like I deal with OBH, like, I don't know, like Dark Low, AR Ab, we just put out a mixtape via my show. And a lot of people say from Philly, like, Philly artists don't support Philly artists. Did you feel that experience, and could you elaborate on that?
That's so funny that you said that, because we're having a huge show on April 20th in Philly. It's going to have 29 artists on there, all, you know, mostly all from Philly. And, you know, I was just speaking with the promoter about this same thing. And, yeah, I do feel that. For Philly to be so small, you know, it's not a whole lot of, you know, great relationships amongst the artists. They kind of click up and branch off. But what he's trying to do is kind of make, you know, he's trying to turn his situation into like a Philly South by Southwest. So you know, in a couple of years, it's almost like a whole weekend of Philly artists because there's so much talent in Philly. And I ain't never met nobody from Philly that can spit. Philly is a town, a rough town to grow up in. So, you know, we got Meek Mill, we got Beans, we got people that, you know, can tell the story, but there's so many more people there. So we're really looking forward to doing this show on the 20th of April.
Yeah, I'm definitely trying to come out there. I'm going to come out to Philly. Where's it going to be? What part of
Philly? It's at the Parkside Ballroom. It's actually in my hood, so I'm excited about that as well.
Yeah, I'm definitely going to try to come through. No? Now, with your artists, are they going to perform at the show too? Or?
Yep. I'm bringing my artists with me, yep. At first I was just going to, you know, have me and Breezy, my Philly artists, but because our energy is so, you know, unique and it's when we all go and work and it's like magic, I decided to add them as well. So it's going to be a whole B&B basically like showcase going on.
Okay. Now, this is what I want to ask you. Who did you grow up on, like, you know, respect their music? Like, who did you grow up on? Like, any artists, you know, that inspired you?
My all-time hands-down favorite was Big Daddy Kane. I probably had my whole room, my whole room was covered with Big Daddy Kane posters. I had posters on the ceiling. I mean, when I heard Raw, I'm telling you, it just did something to me. Like, that was my all-time favorite artist. And I loved Rakim, but Big Daddy Kane, he was the one. Like, he just came out of nowhere with, like, he had bars back then when people weren't really, you know, so lyrical. I mean, we had our you know, our rappers that were giving us, you know, I guess like stories about things that were going on, but he just came with the bars, and it turned me up. Like, I knew at that point that was something that I was like, man, I can do this. So I used to just sit and constantly listen to Big Daddy Kane all day. So between Big Daddy Kane, it was probably between Big Daddy Kane and Rakim. Those were my absolute all-time favorites when I was growing up.
Right.
What's your top three favorites? If you had one more to go, who would be your top three?
Huh?
Your top three favorites.
Your top three favorites.
Top three favorites growing up or top three favorites now?
So you said Rakim, Big Daddy Kane. I'm trying to figure out who would be third.
Oh, good. You mean growing up? You know what? I listened to a lot of different music growing up, but I mean, if we just talking about rap, let me say Rakim. Well, you know who else? Wu-Tang. When Wu-Tang came out, that was a game changer for me too.
I never hear anybody say like Coogee raps like Rick.
You know what? Now you know what, you got me there because Coogee rap was, man, he was a beast too.
Coogee rap, that On the Run shit.
What?
He was telling that story. What?
Hell yeah.
On the Run, that joint On the Run. That's my favorite joint. That's my all-time favorite joint.
Coogee rap is definitely a beast. He's definitely a beast. But I mean, there were a lot of dope artists out back then. But I mean, just for me personally, you know, that would inspire me to want my pen and pad. It was always Big Daddy Kane.
Yeah, I just had to bring it up. Sorry.
No, I'm glad you brought up Coogee rap because I forgot. Yeah, he definitely was a pioneer in it, and definitely was right up there with them as far as lyrics and, you know, spitting real life situations, but giving it to you on a ill level.
Exactly. The storytelling. I miss the stories. Nobody tells stories anymore.
I can't even give you a top three because the more I think about it, the more I'm coming up with.
It's a lot.
KRS-One was a monster.
All right, so your top 100. Let's go with your top 100.
You know.
But yeah, Charli Baltimore. Word. Female artists, you on my top one list, man. Hands down with the boys. No problem. You know, I feel like
that's what I like to hear because I like to be respected for my bars. That's you know, I put a lot of, you know, thought and effort into my lyrics. Like, you know, I love lyrics. I'm a lyrical person, and that's what I like when I, you know, like I said, when I listen to artists. So I appreciate that. Thank you.
No problem.
So what would it take for me to get Charli Baltimore on my mixtape? How do we work that out?
Well, you can find me on Instagram and on Twitter at Charli Baltimore, no E on the Charlie, and all of my information is listed there for the people that you can contact to, put together a mixtape, a verse, or whatever. I'm open to whatever. Okay. If it's a dope record, I'm definitely ain't got no problem hopping on it.
Yeah.
No problem. Definitely. I'll hit you up.
That's what's up.
Okay. Definitely.
Now, with female MCs, have you ever got into any battles for as, on wax, on bars?
Battles, like battle rapping, or battles
like battle rapping.
People on back and forth on records? Honestly, if I was going to diss somebody on a record, I feel like my bars is a little bit too strong for a female. I would probably have to diss a dude. I mean, that's just how I feel. That, man.
Female just annihilate a dude on wax.
I would. Nah, I'm not into that. You know what I mean? It would have to be somebody that was really coming at me on, some sort of level. But really, that is still the nature of hip-hop. It's just people that have taken it so out of the element and the essence.
For real.
Because, I mean, think about it from back in the day. You had, and please forgive me for not remembering the whole thing, but what was it? It was MC Shan, and who else was battling? Who was he battling with? They was battling over the... Right.
That was the South Bronx and the Queen.
But listen, they kept it on wax. It wasn't. They wasn't seeing each other out in the street and shooting at each other.
Yeah, you're right on that.
That is the nature of rap. It's a competitive sport. Now, when you start taking it off of rap and everybody want to do all this extra stuff, that's whack.
Yeah,
but
it is
if it's a really just healthy competition, I'm all for it.
Right. Now, we're going to get into another track. This is Charli Baltimore. This is Queen. Let's get it. Yeah. Yo, that was hard right there. Damn.
Thank you.
Real talk. Charli Baltimore, we got a caller. 461-367. You on the line.
Yo, what's shaking, man?
I'm chilling.
Hey, how you doing?
What's up, Charlie? How you?
I'm great. How are you?
I'm all right. Like the new stuff you got out there.
Thank you. I appreciate it.
Yeah, some heat, man. We need some new females,
No doubt. Well, I got a lot coming up, so you gonna have a good year.
No doubt, man. We miss that sound, man. Out there, man. We need
Real
that.
Talk.
Right. So myself, I'm putting an album out, but I got 2 dope female artists on my label too. So, like I said, if you like, female rappers, you definitely gonna have a great year with the stuff we putting out.
Okay. Definitely got to support my female rappers, man.
Caller, introduce yourself, man. Where you calling from and who are you?
It's Rad, DJ Rad, coming out of Queens, New York. Producer, beat maker.
Shout out to Queens.
Yeah. Queens in the building. Philly in the building.
That's right.
No doubt, man. I got to come out to Philly, man. It's been a minute, man.
Yeah, they having a show.
It's been a while, man. I used to go back and forth to Philly a long time ago, man. Way back in the days. I used to stay with my cousin up in near Cheltenham Mall.
Oh, okay. Yep. I
up
know
there.
Where that is. Most definitely.
Old Gons Ave and
well,
shit.
Yeah, we are actually en route to Chicago right now. We have a show tonight in Chicago. Party for one of my artists. So I actually was just over on your end, and I drove back. I drove to Detroit from New York, 10 hours, and now we're on our way to Chicago. So we working.
Yeah, I see you're moving out there.
Definitely moving.
Yeah, we working.
Definitely moving.
Yeah.
So what you got coming up next? You got albums coming out, mixtapes?
Yeah, my mixtape obviously is out now, and that's The Hard to Kill. My artist Breezy is dropping her mixtape in a couple of months, and it's called Who Is Breezy. I got my artist L Streets, her mixtape is out right now. It's called Greatness 2. And I Am Cash Paid, that's his Instagram, and his is called Something Gotta Shake. So, and you can find all of us on Instagram. As I said, mine is at Charli Baltimore, no E on the Charlie, or you can follow at B&B Records, that's our CEO, at Breezy Baby, BREZ.
Definitely send some bangers, man.
Yeah, definitely.
So
how can I send some heat to you?
Go on their Instagram. Okay, yeah. Like I said, all my information is listed in my bio. So definitely check all our emails. You know what I'm saying? We ain't on no funny style stuff. We go through every email individually. So definitely ain't got to worry about being ignored.
Yeah, I respect that. You know, definitely Charli Baltimore. Real talk, I respect that, man. Yes,
I heard a Cash Paid too. Like I heard a song called Hundreds with him and Trick.
That's my song. That's on that mixtape. That can actually play that. That's my record.
Yeah,
we
I'm about
just got a video to that.
Okay. See, I was in the loop.
Y'all play that joint, and then Cash Paid right after. 100's really hit its peak. We gonna drop Cash Paid new video. So yeah, let's get in the 100s. Let's play that.
Let's get it. Yeah.
Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money. 4-5 extra clip from the left, blue grip, black talent, blue tips. Oh, don't trip, it's only tricks. I ain't even on that tip. Hustle with a motive. I don't know if you noticed it. B&B back on that ownership. That no fly zone pony shit. Clear the house out with only this. Neighbors hollering out, holy shit. Time to pay for that package, for that immaculate we start acting. The fact that I can retrack and take the rap back and rap about foreign whip. You trappers talking that boring shit. Pimpin' like pimpin'. I'm strapping back on that corner. Goon Squad, Mafia. If it ain't this, it's forfeited. Boss man for them go-getters. Go-willers that ride on you. You know me. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money.
Blue deals on 2 heels, 4-wheelers on 2 wheels. Gone off them blue pills, them perk pins and them tear quills. That's Philly. Gangsta squad, masked up, gangsta ride. B&B, strap the mob, take it from the top, drag the hard, screaming hell yeah, it's pop music. Pop them guns, take your block and be run, call it the pain. My dudes on trains on y'all, all in the Maybach. You better stay back, you in the 5 zone. You know what's cooking in the 5 zone, no fly zone, we 5 zone. You know who.
Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money.
100 bands stuck in my cruise. I'm racked up with my whole crew. These frames, Cardi, I spit the few. Try to snatch these, I'm making Fox 2. B&B, Cash P, Charli B, S-Boy, back to back, in them bins, flying up, living noise. My money talk, you can hear the noise. Snapping swag to my main boys. We gunplay, don't use boys, yeah. Wet when they hear my voice, I'm a real ass swab, stacking 100 without a job, 1,000 strong. We a mob with Uncle Trick and Goon Squad, we getting it. Hella cash, hit the stash and we blow it fast. Trapping hard, just got the bag, can't rob me, I keep a mag. I'm in the club drinking Mixtape, stunting hard with Mook and Dave. Me and Josh gon' flood the stage, we living life like we got it made.
Let's go count these hundreds. Let's go count these hundreds. I'm stacking all my money. Let's go count these hundreds.
Yeah, that was hot right there.
Thank you, I appreciate it.
That's definitely some heat.
Yeah, that's our current single out, and the video is out as well. We just put it out, so look for that to be, you know what I mean, full rotation soon on all the video channels. So it's a dope-ass video, and Trick directed it. So, and then right after that, we're going to put Cash K video out. That's the guy that rap last on that record.
Right. Yeah, we got B Nice back on the line. B Nice, you got any questions? You raised your hand. Word, real talk. We real over here. Shut them down radio. You know what I'm saying? We real.
Right. They might have got disconnected or something.
Now, what do you not like in the rap game right now? It could be anything.
What do I not? What? I didn't hear you.
What do you not like about, like, you know, the game in general, rap? Like, what do you not like that you just can't stand? If you could change it.
You mean as far as music or as far as politics of the game? Like,
politics, anything.
I mean, you know what? I really don't get caught up in it because at this point I'm a label owner, so I don't have to get caught up in the politics of, you know, what other labels are doing because we handle our own business, you know, in a proper and righteous manner. So whatever other labels do and however they treat their artists, you know, I feel bad sometimes for some artists and, you know, situations and contracts that they in, but we're there with our artists and like I said, we're a family, you know what I mean? We grind it out, you know what I'm saying? We ain't flying around in G4s and, you know what I mean, whatever. We thugging. We taking it back to the essence. We got street teams, you know what I mean? When we go to cities, we got people that put up the posters and do it the old school way and flood the city. Like, I done got phone calls from people like, hey, I'm at some event and your poster is everywhere. I see B&B all over the place. So I think that's important to take it back to that because, you know, once the internet came into play, I'm not saying the internet isn't useful for what it's useful for, but to take it back to that essence, that street team, when you walk down the street and you see that pole and it's got, you know, B&B all over it, you know, people look at that. People pay attention to that. And, you know, I think that's missing. Right, exactly.
I know one thing, the music is...
Everybody don't have access to a computer. So, you know, when you walk down the street, though, everybody got access to a pole. So you want to see B&B.
Real talk. Yeah, the music is definitely speaking. The bars is there. The production is crazy. You know?
Thank you.
I see the listeners out there. You want to talk? Press 1. We rocking out with Charli, Baltimore, Philly on.
Yep, hurry up and get some cars.
Word, and go get that.
Almost at our destination.
And go get that Hard to Kill off of thatpiff.com. Is it on any other website?
Yeah, it's on Dat Piff, and if you buy it off of iTunes, it's a bonus track on there as well. So, and I am Cash Paid. Like I said, his Instagram, his mixtape is out now called Something Gotta Shake, and definitely get that L Street Greatness too. And Breezy Baby, her mixtape is coming soon in the next couple of months. So,
excuse me, Miss Charli. I got a question for you. Okay. Oh yeah. By the way, the internet made them lazy. All right, they can sit at home and feel like that's promo. That's not promo. Promo is getting out there, getting your feet work. Man, put in your groundwork for your art. Okay, aside from that. Now, I got a question. Now, when you just went off the top, all right, I mean, acapella just bars flying, right?
Yeah.
I got a question. Now, this is a two-part question. One, was that a freestyle or a 16?
I'm sorry, I didn't catch the last part of your question. Was what acapella or 16?
Well, yeah, when you were just spitting off the top, was that a 16 or was that like a freestyle?
At the end of the song.
On what record? Oh, no, that was a freestyle. You talk about on that Queen record?
Yeah.
When I told you to cut the beat off? Yeah, I'm not a freestyler. I don't particularly care to freestyle, but I was going to that record. That was definitely a freestyle. I just kind of rapped that right off the top of my head.
Okay, cool. Now, I like that. Now, this is my next part to it. Do you feel that not necessarily that a major artist need to know how to freestyle, but do you see the importance of it? Do you see the usefulness of it?
I think that it's more of an effect for a fan. You know, I think that fans like to hear artists do that. I don't necessarily, you know, think that it matters either way. And why I say that is I learned from the best. I learned from Big. Big does not freestyle. He would not freestyle. And we're talking about a man that didn't write anything down. If you took Big to a radio station and tell him to freestyle, he'd be like, I don't freestyle. And people used to be baffled, like, how you don't freestyle and you don't write nothing down? But he just didn't. He didn't feel that, you know, the importance of it. But there are some people that are super duper dope at it. Like, I mean, the best freestyle artist I've ever seen do it is Snoop Dogg. Because Snoop would sit in a room and pick out stuff and freestyle about it. But that's just not my forte. Like, I'm not a freestyler. But if I'm feeling something like I did on the Queen record, yeah, I didn't write that. That just came off the top of my head.
You felt it, right?
You know,
it just came to you.
You know, sometimes you in the moment. I'm not a person that's going to sit in the car and, you know, look at different things and start rapping about it. That's
now,
not
Charlie.
Okay.
Now, how was that working with Ashanti?
Ashanti's dope. You know, I feel like what Irv was trying to create when he was trying to create it was he wanted every last one of his artists to be triple threats. He wanted them to all be able to write R&B music, to even be able to produce at some point and also write. And that was his vision. And I thought his vision was really dope when he was putting it together. So even though I feel like, you know, Murder Inc. didn't really get all the credit that it really duly deserved, all of the artists that he had that were on the forefront were really dope-ass artists. I mean, you got to think that people forget that Ja wrote a lot of Mariah Carey, J-Lo. He wrote R&B hits for these women, Mary J. Blige. You know, a lot of people forget that. And he's also an artist that doesn't write anything down. Everything is straight off the top of the head. So, you know, I feel a lot of times Murder Inc. doesn't get the accolades that it deserves.
Excuse me, not to cut you off. Can we get a hand clap for that fellow? Can we get a hand clap for
what you
just said?
Get a hand clap. Why not? You know what I mean?
And what this dude wrote and what they were building. Triple threat. I'm sorry. Can we just hit a hand clap for that? Applause, please.
Yeah, please.
Round of applause, man. Crazy Institute is live.
Everybody on Murder Inc. is a hell of a writer. That was like our main thing. They were hella writers. Shanti is a hell of a writer. Ja was incredible with his writing skills, and you know I consider myself to be a great writer, and that was kind of like our niche and I don't want to call it a gimmick because it wasn't a gimmick, but that was our thing. Like everybody that dealt with us and wanted to work with us knew that you come to the studio with us, we're gonna write you something that you know what I'm saying, something that you need. So he had the J-Los, he had Michael Jackson. I mean, Irv was going to having meetings with Michael Jackson. So, I mean, when Murder Inc. was at its peak, we definitely were doing what we were supposed to be doing from a creative perspective.
Right. That's definitely what's up. But your track record is impeccable with the bars, lyricism, and we rocked out. You know what I mean? Now, Charlie Baltimore. Any closing words?
Get that Hard to Kill mixtape. That I Am Cash Paid. That's his Instagram, and his mixtape Something Gotta Shake. That L Streets mixtape at L Streets on Instagram. Breaking 2 at B&B Records, and that at Breezy Baby. That mixtape is coming soon. So this looks like he's taking over.
I got one more. I got one more. Last question before you get out of here. After everything that you've seen, been through, lived through, what keeps you writing to this day, 2014? What keeps you writing?
I guess writing is my therapy. It's not something that I sit and do every day because if I'm not feeling it, I'm not feeling it. But when I need to write, I write. That's my therapy. And, I really have grown into my craft to the point where, sometimes when I was, younger, first coming in, I just used to just write anything. Didn't really know how to structure songs. Now that I know how to make songs, my feelings into an actual song, and it still is my therapy as opposed to just writing and, you know what I'm saying, it's not able to be a true song.
Thank you.
So I would have to say that.
Thank you very much.
That's my therapy. You're welcome.
She just bless y'all. That was always say, y'all now all blessed for the day.
Well, thank y'all for having me. And I definitely would love to come back soon when we got some more music for y'all.
Yeah, you already know.
I'm playing all our records.
Charlie Baltimore, was a pleasure. Anytime you want to send any music, send it to shutthemdown0@gmail.com. You're welcome. And could I get a drop for the show?
Yeah, we have all your information. Sure. What did you need me to say?
Shut 'em Down Radio.
Okay. Hey, this your girl Charlie Baltimore hanging with us. Shut 'em Down Radio. Tune in.
Yeah.
B&B, baby.
Let's get it, man. Thanks again.
You're welcome. Have a good night, guys.
All right, you too.
Okay.
Peace. Yeah. Just rocking out with Charlie Baltimore.
Yes, sir.